Hey, how's it going? Today is the 3rd of July, Wednesday, and we are taking a look at the market, what kind of opportunities we can find. There are a lot of emails that I have to read to put things into perspective, perhaps three different areas that we can take a look at. The new energy sources, including battery powered vehicles, so that would be energy source and how vehicles could be powered, but it's not necessarily limited just to batteries, but new. Uh, then we are taking a look at emerging technologies, right? So it's something that we're gonna be taking a look at. We're gonna be taking a look at support available. So we're gonna be taking a look at touching on finances. We're gonna be taking a look at new emerging technologies and how UK will try to do its best, right? But it's very hard to match funding available from different governments. We're taking a look at that previously. It's hundreds and hundreds of billions that governments like China is investing into new emerging technologies, and UK is investing, I don't know, 1 million additional billion. So we need to be very creative. So it's something that we're gonna be taking a look at, and let's start since there's a lot of ground to cover, right? We can begin by taking a look at support available, right? So that would be K International Program Fund called for bids from 2024 to 25. That's the British High Commission in Yaoundé is right now accepting bids until 19th of July 24th. I haven't taken part as of now, but I'm interested in local markets, and I think they might have some goods, coffee or similar goods, right? And perhaps we can help some people. So that's the reason initially why I like to engage. But I don't know what government and offering funding to, but it's something that we're looking to understand, right? We can take a look at overview, and since there's a lot of articles to cover, I won't be able to delve deeper into this. Perhaps people who are interested, they would be bringing more attention to this opportunity. And if you can solve this problem, right, you feel free to do so, right? And there's a bounty available, quote unquote, right? So that's going to be overview of the British High Commission in Yaoundé is inviting partner organizations in Cameroon to submit bids of up to £40,000 to support Cameroon's democratic process, right? The bidding process will be competitive with the strongest bid being successful, right? And there's a challenge, and if it's not something I have done in the past, feel free to reach out to me and see what we can do together, right? Let's progress to the next opportunity. Let's try to acknowledge and or capture an issue. Yeah, an issue here would be frontier AI and biotech that would be between 2015 and 21 at last. 40.2 billion, that would be dollars, or about 37% of 110 billion in capital raised by Chinese artificial intelligence companies involved US investors, according to 2023 report by the Center of Security and Emerging Technologies of Governing University Walsh School of Foreign Services, right? Information I was looking for, that would be the entire pot and how much money Chinese government are looking to invest into this market. And what article that I managed to find, this most recent article where they take a look at risk involved in the U.S. investors investing into Chinese technology, right? So they look at a different problem. I think it's all problems related, but either way. So over hundreds, 300 billions or so, right? And the US looking to address other issues. But once that has been said, let's take a look at UK statement and what UK's role in all this, and how they're looking to address and perhaps help other nations, right? So since we acknowledge an issue, a real problem, let's take a look at UN statement, and it might be important that since I personally believe all the people should work together, but then it comes to investments, all these kind of things, and their own personal interest and what kind of interest they would like to, many things, right? And so then problems can arise. And so let's take a look at, if anything, what the UK's role in all this mess, quote unquote, is, right? UN, the Human Rights Council, 56, UK Statement of New and Emerging Technologies, UK Statement for Interactive Dialogue on the Office of Human Commissioner of Human Rights, report of new and emerging technologies, delivered at 56th Human Rights Council. So let's try to understand it and progress to some of other technologies. I personally believe it will be important, but either way, not necessarily we're going to be taking a look at important points or facts, how much finances and how those finances will be allocated, but it's just overall views, right? United Kingdom welcomes OHR and works in this area. We recognize that development and deployment use of new and emerging technologies have profound implications for enjoyment of human rights. That's why UK wants the Global Digital Compact to reinforce the existing international law and international human rights law applies online as it does offline, and to champion positive potential of digital technologies and enabling human rights, which is great. So UK is looking to support but potentially and regulate with laws, right? Once that been said, let's progress. There's way too many articles to cover, right? So UK's initial investment is about 1 billion. Recently announced months ago, 2 or so months ago, it was 1 billion. Let's take a look at how we can take part in all of this when advancing human rights, right? We can take a look at Connective Catapult Network, CCN, call for proposals, and I think this would be carried out within Bristol, so not necessarily that far away, send it to me. And some of those finances might be allocated. I had reviewed this opportunity. As of now, entire organization is underperforming, and we're offering 50%. So, and it's very hard to work with these people, right? They're only interested in working with perhaps 5 companies, right? Large, massive companies, not small businesses, right? Based on the record that in the last 5 years, they only did business with 120, less than that companies, right? But then, if this is what they're interested in doing, and they can respond to emails, and people within the organization not interested in cooperating and working together, let's try to reach out to them via this email address, I guess. Let's organize the next opportunity. It's something that we were taking a look at when it comes to the UK's lithium batteries recycling. I was taking a look at all, trying to find recycling, which I believe should be part of the strategy. I haven't reviewed entire strategy, but I think as of now, percentage of batteries to be recycled is very low. In follow up, in just a second, we're going to be taking a look at projection of manufactured batteries, right? To be manufactured about 1 million a year or so, quote unquote. Who knows what the future, but projection is over 1 million, right, a year. And we can take a look at what was the situation with the recycling. I haven't chatted to this organization, but there was one person who responded out of many. At least one person is there, but we can take a look at, I guess, the percentage. It's only thing I need, but they cannot describe it. They would try to touch on the issue, but percentage, is it 5% of batteries being recycled? Is it 1% of batteries being recycled? Or we currently taking a look at the process, how to recycle those batteries, right? So it's something I'm looking to understand before reading this article, right? Establish the battery recycling industry in UK will enhance the security of supply chain in new materials needed for EV battery production, while also ensuring the sustainable treatment of management of used materials. At present, recycling is a labor-intensive process, with cost heavily dependent on factors such as battery chemistry, commodity prices and recovery efficiency, developing, implementing advanced recycling technologies and or processes should increase efficiency, reduce cost, and help foster circular domestic battery economy, which would be very important. Perhaps other governments are way ahead with recycling, reaching up to 90 or over 90%, right? But this is where things are as of now within the UK, right? Let's progress the last point and finalize this decision. That would be something that we have just touched recently. That would be new report 1 million BEV milestone of horizon for UK. That would be production and output of batteries, right? Latest demand forecast for first quarter 2024 is now available, which reveals that battery electric vehicles production in UK is expected to top 1 million per annum between 2030 and 2035. So potentially 5, quote unquote, right? But since we're taking a look at projection from 2030, with the next 6 years, right? So next 6 years, and from there for the 5 years, projection is about 5 million batteries, and we need to have that recycling in place, right? That should be important, but I don't think it's economically viable as of now, but it should be important, right? This will create demand for over 100 gigawatts of automated batteries, providing UK supply chain with tantalizing opportunity for growth and attracting further organization, equipment manufacturing OEM to purchase more momentum, supercharged momentum. Okay. So they're trying to pivot, right? And this organization again is to order 10,000 batteries, right? It's only 5 companies can do it. Again, so that's where things are, right? And there's another way perhaps we can touch on the smaller organizations and smaller batteries. We can touch on that as well, perhaps for people who are interested in taking part and finish the study on that. It's something that we called niche vehicle network. Niche, that will be up to definition for niche within UK. I have read some documents, and it was up to 10,000 units a year. So this is how much of the batteries, and perhaps many people would consider starting from those and progress to perhaps more of the mainstream vehicles, and how these vehicles can be powered is another way of getting into the market. And it seems that they're organizing different events for people who are interested in taking part and or promoting your products and services. Right? Thanks for watching. See you next one.